Okay, so basically, I have my little application here. Started a fresh one. I want to show you guys how to set up um, your application for logging in, having a dashboard, and having authentication on your system. It doesn't go as far as Laravel doesn't by default give you roles and permissions and abilities, but it does give you the basic framework or scaffolding to set everything up. So by default, you can run PHP Artisan make auth, and then you can run PHP Artisan migrate. But before we do that, we need to change UTF 8 MV4 to UTF 8. This is a thing that comes with Laravel. So if you open up your application in your IDE, whatever it is, go to whatever, if you're using Notepad or Sublime or Atom or anything really, this is the architecture, or not architecture, sorry, my words are messed up. This is the anatomy of the project. You have your app, bootstrap config. In config, go to database and scroll down to your MySQL driver and just remove the MV4 right here. And there's a reason for this, and I'll get into it some other time. But for now, just do this. And once you do that, open up your editor. Stop running it by doing Control-C or Command-C. And then do PHP Artisan make auth. And what this does is this establishes the system, or not establishes, it creates the scaffolding for authentication. Once you do that, do PHP Artisan migrate. And boom, success. So we have 2 tables that it developed. Actually, it built 3 tables. If you go here, refresh, you can see it has the migrations table, which if you open it and go to data, you can see it created a migration for this and this. And then it created the actual tables, users and passwords. The users table consists of a name, email verified at, password, remember token created and updated. And then the password resets token has an email and a token that goes along with that. So what is a migration? A migration is basically located in this folder, database, and in this subfolder called migrations. And if you double click on the first one, you can see that the migration is basically the table in code form. So you can create a database table using code. So schema, create, users table, and the callback function is it's going to use the blueprint table that doesn't really mean anything to you, and basically says in the table, create a big increments ID, create a string name, create a string email. These are columns in your table. And then it goes through and creates it. And then it says create timestamps. So you can learn more about what migrations are in database section and migrations. And it talks all about what migrations are. Migrations are like version control for your database, allowing your team to easily modify and share application database schema. So basically, let's say you and I were working on a project together, and I created a database and I created some tables, and then I give you the code, and now I tell you, oh, by the way, you have to create a users table. That's annoying, right? Well, Laravel basically says, hey, write the script for the database, and then I'll once I get it on my end, all I need to do is write this command PHP Artisan migrate, and I'll get all your changes. Now let's say there's a new thing you want to add. Like, for example, I would love to have a jokes table where I have all my jokes in the table for this application, and I don't want you to have to recreate it. You just need to run a command, and we'll do that here soon. So let's refresh this page. It should break. So we'll do PHP Artisan serve, and this will run the application. Now the application actually has login and register. And now that we have login and register, we can go to register and then we can type in bob@me.com. Oh, actually, this one should be Bob. Password, register. And I'm logged in. So let's take a look at the database here. So this is actually cool. This is a dashboard. This name, or this is my welcome page, and then when you hit home, it takes me to my dashboard. So it already has a bit of logic already baked into the scaffolding. And you can look at this logic by opening the resources, views, and welcome page. The welcome page is the first one that users come to, and if you scroll down a little bit, it says right here, it says, you know, @auth. This basically means any authenticated user, show the home link. If they're not authenticated, then show the login link. You know, and if we actually have registration added to that site, then add the register link. So if you're over here, you log out, I'm not authenticated, I have login and register. And then if I come back here and I log in, and I type, actually it's bob@me.com, then it changes to home. And once I get home, I see the home blade, which basically gives me you're logged in, which is what you see here as well. You're logged in. This is by default it's using Bootstrap, so instead of 8 columns, for example, you can use 12. I'll actually cover Bootstrap here in a second, maybe in the next couple of videos, and we'll talk about the advantages of having Bootstrap and why it's so nice to using it, and I'll actually cover it in the next few episodes. So yeah, so now we've just added very basic authentication. If you look at your users table, you can see that it added Bob, and the email is Bob at whatever, verified no. And then so let's actually do something with that. This email isn't yet verified, so let's put maybe at the top right here say unverified, or maybe to the right here we'll say unverified. So we have our card header and we have div. So down here we can put some HTML. We can say, you know, a span class, and we can say float to the right, and we can say let's do @if auth user. I wonder if a user actually. We'll do this user. That was weird. Not what I wanted, but user email verified at. So here we can say user, actually email verified at. Did I spell it right? Verified at. Then say verified at else not verified at and if. So what am I doing? So let's actually see if it works for us. See if I got it to work. Yeah, there we go. Not verified. And then if you go into the database and update this record yourself, verified at right now, this timestamp, refresh, you can see verified. And then if you come here and you erase all this, which I don't think it even lets me. Maybe I can do. Yeah, once I verified it, it's not wanting to let it go. It's okay, let's refresh. Yeah, it's not wanting to let it go now. Alright, I get it. Jeez Louise. There you go. So now it's verified. So what did I do here? I used what's called Blade. It's Blade templating and Blade language, basically do some logic. So this is for front end, similar to how this is set up right here, @if and if. And you can learn all about Blade on Laravel's site. So I encourage you to do some homework and learn about some Blade. So Blade is basically, well, I don't know why I went that far. So it's a templating engine provided by Laravel, and what it lets you do is create HTML and then um, fill in PHP into it, but not have to know PHP to do Blade. So if you're a front-end developer that knows CSS, HTML, and JavaScript, but you're not very good at PHP, Blade is easy to learn. Basically, you're saying, I expect there to be certain data. For example, let me scroll down right here. You can say, hey, this is the HTML for an alert, and I expect there to be a slot here, right? Like that. And then you can say at component alert, I want you to show this, and then slot here. So we'll actually use this more and more, but basically that's how it is. So, and you can actually say, instead of saying verified, you can even add here a parenthesis and say exactly when they were verified, like this. So it's double curly bracket, and then and double curly bracket, and then you can actually use a PHP variable inside there. So they're verified this time. Now this right here isn't really human friendly, right? It's like a really kind of a messy. Actually, let me see here. Control. Let's actually do some cleanup here. Else and if. There you go. I'm just doing some cleanup. So this right here isn't really neat. Laravel actually allows you to diff for humans. It actually bakes in some functions. I think this will work here. I haven't done this in a while. There you go. 7 hours ago. So verified 7 hours ago. So it actually has Carbon, which Carbon Laravel. Carbon's a really cool feature that allows you to do a lot with dates, and this is basically baked into Laravel as well. Another strong asset to it, so you can create all this information, dates. You can do 2 days back, a date back, 3 days back, 5 days back, and we'll use it later on. But there you go. So authenticated and displaying when it was verified. Now, ideally though, you wouldn't just change a database record like that. You would actually have to jump through some hoops, like send them an email notification, and then from there they would click it and they would arrive here and they would verify it. And I'll show you how we'll do that soon. So the next thing that we'll need to do, I know I keep promising all these things I'm going to show you, but we really do have to take it one step at a time. So we have our login welcome page. It takes us to our home page, tells us if we're verified or not, and now we're able to log out, so easily log out and then easily log back in, so no problem there. bob@me.com, and then log in. Everything's good there. So by default, users will access your site first on the welcome page, or they'll go to a specific article. Then they'll want to log in to do something, like depending on what the purpose of your application is.